Welcome everyone and welcome to Cars and Conversation. Today we have this extremely nice and rare Volkswagen Beetle which is owned by Mr. Misbah. Salam.
Salam. How are you?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
you. Yeah, I'm
Good
fine,
to see you
thank
as
you.
well.
Yeah.
The car itself, it's so beautiful and so nice. And in fact, I think it's the only piece in the country, a shaper.
Yeah, this shape, the only piece so far.
Nice. And that's like a small intro about you on the car.
About me, well, I'm a lawyer by profession.
Okay.
So I practice at the Supreme Court.
Awesome.
I'm a car enthusiast.
Yeah.
I am into classic and vintage cars.
Okay.
And I love driving.
Nice, mashallah. And the car itself, it's 2018 model or 2016 model?
Okay, this is 18 model.
18, okay.
But this car was imported, I think, in 2019.
Okay.
And then this model actually, the VW company, the manufacturer, they discontinued manufacturing this in 2019.
Okay.
So there would be some, pieces found that were manufactured in 2019, but that is the last batch.
Right.
So
Okay.
this is 2018 model, imported into Bangladesh in 2019.
Nice, mashallah. And it's a 1.2 liter turbo engine.
It's 1.2 liter.
Okay.
It has AC, which works really good.
Nice.
As you can see, makes
Right.
the inside really cold.
Right.
And keeps cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
The turbo actually helps. Like any other turbo, it really picks up the speed quickly.
Yeah, it should.
So,
and
I enjoy that beat. So whenever I usually do not drive that fast.
Okay.
But at times when I need to, I can just speak on speed.
Right.
So it helps.
And the spec of this car as well, it's actually quite nice. The white exterior, the wheels are pretty nice too, and the seats and trim as well. The combo itself is very nice.
Yeah. So the rims actually, the chrome look.
Yeah.
Rims, they kept it like it's the classic look
of the Beetle.
Yeah. So they kept that originality here. The sunroof is there.
Very nice too.
Yeah, and then
with the running space.
Yeah,
and it
it's
feels
spacious.
quite big.
We have a 4-member family.
Okay.
I've got 2 sons.
Okay,
my
nice.
wife. So আমরা প্রায়ই কিন্তু এটা ছোট হলেও it fits in. My elder son is like 5'9" plus.
Oh, okay.
So far, so he can sit at the back. So
nice.
একটু high হয়, but he can sit.
Right, nice.
So we all 4 can actually fit into
it. Nice.
And I mean, I enjoy driving this.
Nice, mashallah. And so at that time, আপনার আর কোনো options ছিল, or were you settle for the Beetle itself?
No, or actually, me for going for this car was the first reason was this. I always wanted to have a Beetle.
Okay.
Now, what do you have? What are the options we have in Bangladesh? So all the options that we have are a pre-owned classic Beetle, which is very rare to find now.
Yeah.
And not now, like over the last quite a few good years, এগুলো পাওয়া যাচ্ছে না. Even পাওয়া গেলেও, there are a lot of works that you need to, it requires, goes into it.
Right.
So I always wanted to own one. So a Beetle.
Yeah.
So এইটা যখন আসলো তখন actually the importer who is a friend of mine.
Okay.
He imported in 2019.
Achha.
And then there were actually interest for this car, but then people always compared the price of this car with like very popular SUVs TX, Prados, regular key kind of reconditions and all that. Ọথবা Land Cruisers and all that. So people used to think, okay, if I spend that amount of money.
Amount of money, it's better to get something big.
Yeah, why would I go for something
small,
something two-door, especially
right,
two-door,
two-door,
which is very inconvenient to get in and get out.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people will not actually put up with that and be comfortable with it. So actually, then they this car end up not being sold.
Right.
And then from 2020, COVID started.
Right.
So the importer actually, because he needed more space in his showroom, so he had to move this from his showroom, and he kept it in his home, in his parking.
Yeah.
So it was there for what? For the kind of almost
half
the entire year of 2020.
The whole year. Oh, okay.
And so then he actually told me, okay, this car is there. I got to see it through a friend who is John Cooper. He's another car enthusiast.
Yes.
Many of us know him. So John actually took me through this car.
Okay.
So, and then I told John if he wants to sell it, I would like to own it, have it. So. Yeah, then later on at the end of 2020 actually, so my friend, they said, okay, if you want you can have it, because I'm up for selling it now.
Nice.
Because when it was not getting sold from the showroom, I thought I'll keep it, but now no.
Okay.
I'm not going to keep it, so I'm going to sell it. So yeah.
Nice.
So it's a completely brand new import.
Yeah.
One piece. So I then okay, hang on. Since I'm not getting a classic one, let's get this one. With all these modern amenities
tech and everything, tech and
options.
features.
Yeah. So then I'm happy to have it.
Absolutely. And আরেকটা জিনিস I feel like আমাদের দেশে, in our country, at least for now, it's hard to stand out really with a car, because like for example, আমরা যদি কোথাও যাই on Gushon, we'll see at least 2 Bentleys, 8 to 10 Vogues. So many, so it's hard to stand out, right? But this car will always stand out. So
it does. Yes.
Quite a selling point of the Beetle itself too, because in general it has a huge following in the world and in Bangladesh as well. So I feel ওইটার কারণে একটা feature value hold করে রাখবে always.
Well, I believe so. But my intention and purpose actually was not to
stand out.
Not to stand out. Through this car.
Right.
Because as a person, I stay away from limelights and public focus. I'm more of a private person.
Right.
But at the same time, I actually, to give you an example, last year, this year actually. Earlier this year, I was driving this. I went to Agarka, and there was a police officer on his bike, and we were in the signal, and he came and parked next to me. And then he said, "Okay, I'm a blogger, so would you mind if I?" Take
a few shots of the car.
So then he uploaded it, and I never took his number, and he also didn't have my number. So he never shared the video links and all that. Yeah, but and then after a few days when I went to Old Dhaka, and then some people came, okay, look, we saw the video of this morning, and what a coincidence you were here today. So it always actually strikes people's attention.
It does.
Yeah. But actually that was not my inherent intention. My intention was to own this.
To enjoy the car.
Yeah, to enjoy the car. And have it.
Okay, thank you, man. And আমি তো আপনার জন্য experience কিরকম যাচ্ছে with the car?
Experience extremely good. I'm really happy. Maintenance so far, since it was a brand new import, it's been only a few years. 3 years now.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the mileage that I've been driven. It's 1270
only.
Kilometers. So I haven't driven it much.
Right.
So what I do actually for maintenance, every 6 months I change the oil, because to chalano hoy na.
Right.
So onno gadi gulate to 3 মাস পর পর usually we do it.
করা উচিত।
After like regularly use করি 3000 মাইল হয়ে গেলে কিলোমিটার হয়ে গেলে we change the engine oil and we do a service.
Right.
Oil servicing and all that. তারপরে যে কি বলে AC filter and other things.
Oil filter, AC
filter. So এইটাতে I do it after 6 months.
Okay.
And এর বাইরে চেঞ্জ সোফার কিছু করা লাগে নাই একবার সিন্স কোভিডের সময় এটা 1 বছর পরেই ছিল সো সেন্সরগুলো একটু লাইক খুলে টুকটাক হ্যাঁ পলিশ টলিশ করতে হয়েছে আর কি
Right.
they needed some care.
Okay.
Other than that it's absolutely fine. Yeah, so far alhamdulillah.
How's the driving feel?
Driving feel is absolutely good. I think you should drive it once we are done.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, I want you to drive it.
Okay.
And then feel, not try to be convinced what I say. But anyway,
That's right.
Good driving experience. And other thing is very good about it that I liked about it is since it's small and compact.
Yeah.
Actually, for parking.
It's
Yes,
extremely
since
convenient.
it's self-driven.
In Dhaka especially,
yeah. So it's very convenient. It can fit into most of the parking spaces
space.
and even there is small space I can fit in there. So that is very handy, and this is something I really enjoy and like about it. Other than this, one thing I must say, etate because this is a 2018 model.
Yeah.
So 2018 is shop all these modern cars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So but এখানে ডিজাইনার যেটা করেছেন ওনারা কিন্তু they kept few things matched with the original classic.
Beetle.
Yeah. So
Right,
like all these door mirrors.
Yeah, okay.
These are manual.
Okay.
So there is no
Nice.
button.
Right.
That you
To
can
control
push,
the glass.
to control them. So you have to do it manually.
Right.
Then you see there is no back camera.
Okay.
So when you drive,
Yeah.
you have to go on reverse mode.
Right.
Even parking, so you do look at back,
At the back and the side,
two
and
sides
then
and all that.
go.
So that actually gives you that feeling that okay, you are driving a kind of old car. And
Right.
All that. So অনেকগুলা জিনিস they kept matched with the classic
With the original
Beetle,
of the
original
Beetle,
classic
yeah.
Beetle. They didn't actually, if they wanted, they could, but they wanted this experience.
Right,
The person who's driving it to experience that feeling, to have that feelings. So it's there.
Yeah. And the other factor is, I feel like the car actually rides quite well.
It does.
Size অনুযায়ী the car rides quite well. The
Yeah.
seats are really flush.
Yes, as you can see, you have quite a bit of leg space.
Plenty of leg space.
Yeah. Oh, the most important thing I
Jeep.
think, unlike classic Beetles,
Okay.
যেখানে পিছনে engine, it has front
Right.
front engine. So
right. It's an important factor. Right.
The front engine. So
Right.
and it two, fronted two-wheel drive.
Right. Two-wheel drive. Right.
Yeah. So the two guys designed this car, and they actually designed for Audi
Okay.
and I think what else? Alfa Romeo.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
And if you look into this car
Yeah.
from side,
From the side, yeah.
yeah, এটাকে you'll see there is a kind of resemblance of Porsche
Okay.
স্পোর্টস কার যেটা
Right.
বিকজ ওইটা বনেটের ওই সামনের ফ্রন্টের জায়গাটা অনেক লম্বা এটাও তাই রেখেছে এবং পিছন
Right.
দিয়ে it goes like this.
Right,
So
right.
same as so they actually kind of, because I saw the sketches on Google,
Okay.
so they actually followed that, kept in mind, and
Okay.
so it's a little bit different in terms of the car
Right.
and the shape of the car, a little bit different from the classic
Okay.
Beetles.
100%.
So this is good thing about it. So that actually makes the look
Right.
of the exterior look of the car really attractive. Yeah.
And any issues with fuel or servicing?
No, since it's 1200 and still like I haven't driven it much.
Yeah.
So আমি তো একবার fuel up করি in a month.
আচ্ছা।
So it's like 7,000 to 8,000 taka one fuel up.
Full tank, yeah.
It actually gives me mileage for 1 month, but
Okay.
I actually don't drive it every day. So maybe
How much to get per liter? On average, just on average.
I think কত হবে
8?
7-8 তো হবে।
7, 8. Yeah. Should be, inshallah.
Right.
Nice. Servicing or maintenance করার সময় any issues with parts or oil filters, air filters, any issues with those?
না ইউজুয়ালি যেটা হয় আমি যেটা করি কিছু পার্টস তো যারা মেইনটেনেন্স করে ওরা এনে আসলে দুবাই থেকে রেখে দেয়
হ্যাঁ রাইট
সো ইটস নট লাইক
স্টক আপ করে রাখে
স্টক আপ করা থাকে সো ইউ ডোন্ট হ্যাভ টু অলওয়েজ অর্ডার এন্ড ওয়েট ফর देम টু অ্যারাইভ
কারেক্ট
অন্যান্য যেগুলো লাইক ফর আদার কার যেগুলো জার্মান কার তো ওগুলোর জন্য যেটা হয় যে ইউজুয়ালি এনিথিং হ্যাপেন্স ইউ হ্যাভ টু ইম্পোর্ট ইট
রাইট
সো ইফ ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু ইউজ OEM so I always go for OEM
stuff
হ্যাঁ তো এইটাতে এখনো কিছু রকম লাগে নাই
আচ্ছা
so usually if anything happens then I would actually rather order it either from Germany or from Dubai তে সবই পাওয়া যায়
দুবাইতে এখন সবই পাওয়া যায়
from Dubai
so আমরা একটা সেগমেন্ট করি in channel ওখানে we talk about 3 pros and 3 cons
right
so আপনি যদি আপনার পারলে if you could share 3 pros and 3 cons
the 3 pros হচ্ছে first of all is small and compact very handy when I drive like self-driven car like for parking and all that it gives you it's quite comfortable inside when you drive the driving experience is really good fuel efficient
yes
and what else well it has both the classic look and the modern feeling
absolutely yeah
so these are the 3-4 things I would say are the pros in terms of cons I haven't had anything as of yet
okay
but let's see maybe another couple of years if we meet again
inshallah
we'll be able to share it yeah so ওই দিক থেকে আমার কাছে ওরকম কিছু কন নাই
আচ্ছা
cons well maybe when it's older I'll get to see them or know them or experience them
okay
but so far I don't see any cons because for me I can't complain because I wanted to have it so এটা ছোট size দুই দরজা হ্যাঁ it's not a family car so these are not concern for me so I'm to Jenny okay like this is something it had and this is what I wanted to have
right
so so it's not a usual utility it cannot be a usual utility car ওই expectation এটাতে রাখা উচিত না
right
so to be fair I think those are not demerits for this car so anyone who would want to drive a Beetle this is what it should be
right absolutely
and I'm perfectly happy with this and I actually want to keep it I want to drive it actually less so that I can keep it new and
right and
original fresh as much as I can so
I feel like from my point of view একটা con হতে পারে is that the parts itself the car যেহেতু এক piece in the country so if Allah mahfuz something happens with the exterior of the car there are so many bikes so many rickshaws
right
I feel like ওইটা is একটা ভয় থাকে ভিতরে
হ্যাঁ তো এইখানে I tell you something which is so far kind of a blessing so whenever because I have driven it to you won't be able to believe it আমি যেমন এটা চালে I have driven it to Rajarbagh so Rayar Bazar যেখানে extremely rickshaw ভরা এবং
bikes and trucks
হ্যাঁ trucks মানে it's really scary ঠিক আছে so when people see this car actually they look at it they not only appreciate they look at it with so much kindness
right
like when you see a young kid walking or running on the street they become really careful about that kid or guy number so far this is the treatment I have received so alhamdulillah I'm very happy about that
nice
but yes parts যেহেতু বাংলাদেশে এটা এক piece but anyway এগুলোর parts তো even like like we've got so many German cars on the street so ওগুলোর parts তো ওই either দুবাই অথবা অন্য দেশ থেকে আনতে হয় so এটা একই fate it will have the same fate so yeah maybe price wise it wouldn't be that much friendly but yes so এই কারণে আসলে যত কমে
যত কম বের করা যায়
না আমি বের করি আমি যখন চালাই পরপরটা না 5-6 দিন চালাই আবার হয়তো 10 দিনের মতো গ্যাপ দেই because I drive other cars so yeah
আচ্ছা and any future plans with the car itself
with the car itself future plans so far নাই I don't want to do anything I want to keep it as it is
stock
and stock usually I always prefer to keep my car stock and
And no plans to sell.
So far, no
No.
plans for selling this. Yeah, because for me, see, if you look at his wheel size,
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's not small. It's pretty. It's pretty. You know, yeah. Like any other, like sedan cars that you
Right,
see,
right.
ওগুলা সমানত বা
হ্যাঁ।
কিছু কিছু গাড়ির চেয়ে বড় ওইগুলা। So এইখানে যেই কি বলে এটাকে land clear
Right.
space,
জি।
হ্যাঁ, it's pretty good. So
It is,
for
it
me, if I want to drive it, even একটু দূরে কোথাও, হ্যাঁ, I'm not talking about off-roading.
Yeah, yeah.
But
On
yeah,
highways,
yeah,
basically.
highways.
Intercity traveling এর জন্য I think the height is concurrent.
So yeah, that can be done. So I
Quite good,
can. So this is another good thing
Yeah.
about this car.
Yeah. And so in general, আপনি যেটা first বললেন that you have been always into cars. So like a few words for the car group, car circle in our country.
Well, what I believe, ওইটাই আমি হয়তো বলবো যে if you are, well, many of us are driving cars, like
Right.
those who are fortunate to have one or even more than one. But car like this, in my view, if you have one, then or any other model, try to keep it as original as possible. Obviously, a lot of us, especially the young generation, they like to put ornaments into the car, like make it they decorate the car. So এরকম মানে অনেকে ডেকোরেট করতে গিয়ে কারের যে অরিজিনালিটি
Originally সৌন্দর্য নষ্ট হয়ে যায়।
not only সৌন্দর্য but originality আমরা নষ্ট করে ফেলি.
Right.
Even if we buy brand new cars from the showroom and then we remove all the original accessories and put another যেটা আসলে branded
Aftermarket
but yeah, aftermarket stuff,
Aftermarket.
so ওগুলো না আসলে in my view, এটা absolutely আমার view, আমার opinion, আসলে কারের অরিজিনালিটিটা নষ্ট করে. So I would prefer that if someone is driving this kind of car or any other cars, try to keep it as original as possible.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
and happy driving. Drive safe.
Yes,
first
yes,
of all.
inshallah. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
such an important point
Yeah.
for everyone is to drive safe and carefully as well.
Right, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time.
No, thanks
Thank you
for
so much.
having me in
Thank you
this
so much.
show, and I
It
hope
was a pleasure.
your viewers in this group
Yeah.
or in your channel, they would enjoy.
Inshallah. I hope so too.
Yeah, and I again invite you to drive it.
Hopefully, inshallah, soon.
Thank
One
you.
day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.